All right, y'all. I want to talk about this dog fighting raid that just happened in Berkeley County, South Carolina. Thompson's Kennels lost 40-some dogs in a raid. They came to his house with a warrant, and they found his dogs in poor conditions. On the news, it's titled as a dog fighting raid. Now, Thompson, if you happen to see this, give me 10 minutes, dude, and this might be some stuff that you could present to your lawyer. Don't worry, I'm not going to say anything out of the way or anything about anything that hasn't already been posted by you or the news media. But this is stuff that you need to think about, because I saw your first day out video, whatever you want to call it, and I know you're pissed off, I know you're hurt, you're sick to your stomach, and you know that this is about to cost you a shitload of money for something that you weren't really doing. I know you weren't fighting dogs, dude. I believe you. There's no evidence to suggest that he ever fought any dogs, but they can use certain little details to put together a case as if he were. Now, the way Thompson's going at this is he is going to defend everything he's doing to the T. He just walked through and did a yard tour. But what Thompson and a lot of you Bulldog guys don't seem to understand is that is not going to help you. The fact that your dogs were okay is not going to help you. The fact that the shelter that they're probably in right now is far worse conditions than anything you had on your yard is not going to help you. It's not. Everybody has saw the pictures. Like I said before, that's why they do this. They will only come early morning right after a horrible rainstorm. Go through all the dogfighting cases you want to find, all of them that you can Google, and look at the pictures from the day they raided, always after a massive storm, because that's what makes your yard look the worst. 20 years ago, 50 years ago, and also depending on where you live, down south things are a little more tolerated, dude. I know how South Carolina is. It's country fried as hell, and they're about 100 years behind the rest of the population. But here's the thing, dude, you're not just dealing with Berkeley County, South Carolina. This detective that you think is so stupid is from New York. Whole different mentality here. And you're being prosecuted by a court system in South Carolina as a black man. And I hate to bring that up because there's a lot of this country where that's not a deciding factor, but I've lived in South Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, race is a huge fucking deal down there. It is just as bad as Mississippi, Alabama, whatever. The whites stay with the whites, the blacks stay with the blacks, and if you're black and you go to court, your ass is fried. So you're fighting an uphill battle here. The mud puddles, the chain spots, you have to understand that, first of all, the $15 rain barrels as a doghouse is not going to fly. You're in South Carolina, so it doesn't get but so cold down there, but you're still supposed to have an insulated doghouse. You need an actual doghouse. If you have a dog, this should be common sense. If you have a dog outside, you have to have a doghouse. You can't go buy a $15 rain barrel and cut a fucking hole in it. The rain's going to blow in there. There's no insulation. The sun shines through there, bakes them. A lot of the dogs don't have shade. There's water in the chain spots because of the way they're in the ground on an axle. The chain just runs around and around and around as the dog goes. So what it does is it kind of builds a cone shape. And then the ground is lower here than it is at the end of the chain spot. So it creates a massive mud puddle. In most of these places, the dogs did have a place to go to get out of it. There was a high spot. But the point is that their whole chain spot has to be a high spot. You have to do some landscaping, dude. You gotta do some excavation. You gotta till up dirt. You gotta re-level it. You gotta mound it up. You gotta keep it like that. And I understand you got a full-time job, most people do, and you're gonna say, well, I don't have time to do all that shit. And dude, you think that's point is making your defense, but it's not. That's what everybody else's point is. You got more dogs on you than you got time for. The chains, dude. The chains are demonized, and there's nothing inherently wrong with a chain. I don't have a problem with you having a chain on the ground, but some of those things are a little short, man. People don't really understand why we use chains, and I'll make another video to explain that. I'm not going to drag on too long with this one. But the chains aren't necessarily the problem. It's the whole setup. So here's the thing. Y'all have to go back and look at all these dog men that have been on the internet over the last 10 years or so. one by one, each and every one of you has fell. All you hard-headed guys, oh, it's historical. This is just how we do it. This is how it is down here. It's fine. My county knows. They don't care. Shit ain't flying, man. Every single one of you has fell. Who's left? Who has not been raided and their dogs taken? Who? Besides me. But I don't keep a yard full of pit bulls on chains, right? Like, even my dogs on chains, they're on cable runs. They have a huge area to run in. There's grass in their area. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. What you have to do, if you're Thompson in Thompson's situation, you have to acknowledge that you fucked up. The thing is they're not going to be able to prove the dog fighting shit, so you're going to beat that. But where they're going to fry Thompson is with the animal cruelty and neglect type charges. Because the dogs were in mud. They didn't have sufficient housing. They didn't have sufficient shade. The food and water, it's not all about that. What you have to do if you're in a situation like Thompson's Kennels right now is you have to go to the court and be apologetic. You know, you have to tell them, like, look, I genuinely did not believe I was doing anything wrong. And intent is really a determining factor on if you're going to be convicted of a crime. If this man had a bunch of beagles out there like that, he would have got tickets. They would not have confiscated his dogs. They probably wouldn't have charged him with these criminal charges. They would have wrote him a bunch of tickets. That's it. But you have to go in there apologetic. You have to go in there and understand that your dog houses were not sufficient. Your chain spots were not sufficiently maintained. They just weren't. And that doesn't make you a horrible human being because you didn't know any better. So if you go in there with the attitude of, I genuinely didn't mean to do anything wrong. My dogs were well taken care of. Look at my YouTube channel, right? So this isn't the totality of the dog's life like they're painting the picture that it is. You can see that this was a rare occurrence. After a real bad storm, it might look like this. Other times, you can see Thompson's whole yard. Dogs are beautiful. Everybody's in great shape. So when you go at it with that type of mentality, like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was doing anything wrong. Let me fix it. That's what changes it from criminal to, like, it takes without the intent to be a criminal, right? You're not intentionally neglectful. You just didn't know any better. That it shows something. It shows something about your character. Like I said, if you go in there with this whole "we're going to war" mindset, it's not gonna work, dude. It's not gonna work. Look at any bullfighting video you want. Don't get it twisted. You're fighting a bull with this one. You don't beat a bull by going at him head on. You sidestep, poke, sidestep, poke, sidestep, poke. And the only way you're gonna beat this case is if you start sidestepping and poking. Because if you go at this bull head on like it seems like you're getting ready to do, they're gonna fry you, dog, and you're gonna fry yourself. Don't make no more fucking yard videos. Don't talk no more about your open case. You gotta wait till it's over, man. You gotta wait till it's over. Buck City did the same thing. Got busted. Part of his shit was not to be on the internet. What did he do? He kept doing his shit and jumped right on the internet. What happened? It got his ass locked up, right? Like, you can't come with these people like that. They are the biggest gang in America. They have everybody. Everybody that ever got bullied in school is on their team. Don't think this detective is stupid. He's not. He's not unaware of your social media presence. The tip came from social media, dude. If you ain't figured it out yet, the tip came from social media. The reason you got raided was because you were on social media. He knows about your social media, I promise. He knows everything about you. He's playing a character to try to get in your head, to piss you off and make you make videos and shit, to incriminate yourself further. All of this stuff will be shown in court when you get your day. Last but not least, if you don't have a paid lawyer, my dude, you are fucked. You are fucked. Remember what Ply said. If you ain't got a paid lawyer, better not go to trial. Crackers owe each other favors. They'll swap you out. I give you him, you give me him. You know what I'm talking about? In South Carolina, most especially, you go in there with a court-appointed attorney, he's going to sell you up the river. So I'm going to cut this one off. I said 10 minutes. That's my 10 minutes. That's the best I can do with it. Thompson, best of luck to you, brother. I really do wish you the best. I know you weren't fighting any dogs, man, but you got to clean that yard up. I don't think you deserve to go to jail. I don't think you deserve to be criminally charged with anything. You just got to tighten up a little bit. So I hope you get your dogs back. I hope you get off with just a couple fines or something, man. Revamp the yard, get them some good houses over there, mount them chain spots up, and get back to business. I don't know if I'll speak on this case again. It kind of depends on how it goes. Maybe if nothing else, we will talk about the verdict when it comes around, but it's not a good idea to talk about open criminal cases on the internet, whether you're innocent or guilty. It doesn't matter. Don't talk about your open cases.